Welcome. I'm Ken with CSS Staffing. I've been in the IT industry for nearly 40 years, and I've been IT staffing for over 20 years of that. During that time, I've seen lots and lots of changes. Today, as I sit here in this culturally distancing society, we're facing changes once again. This time, the changes will probably surpass anything that any of us currently working have ever seen in our careers. This will exceed client-server adoption, it'll exceed Y2K, 9/11, the '08 financial recession, more than anything that we've seen in our careers. Even given the social distancing, I'm still in regular contact with my clients, most of them anyway, pretty much as usual. And I'm able to share the insights that we at CSS have come to recognize. However, the meetings have become phone calls and the dynamic is totally different. This update video is designed to provide an additional resource for my clients to give you insight as you go about solving your company's challenges. Well, today I will start with some COVID-19 specific issues and likely will for the next several weeks. The topics won't always be current, generally newsworthy topics. However, they will always be germane to IT talent issues. That is, after all, what CSS is expert in. Additionally, this is meant to be consumed rather quickly. My goal will be to keep most of these weekdates under 5 minutes. Because of my introductory comments, I might go over a little bit today. And then one final production note. This is me, this is my office. I'm not going to waste a lot of my time sprucing things up to look better than I am. You know who I am, and I doubt that I will either rise or fall in your opinion based on new outward trappings. I hope you find value in the information I share. I am, after all, a byproduct of the IT industry. It's all about the data. I hope you find the data worth your time. So let's get started. COVID-19 is in the process of changing our culture in ways that we can't fully comprehend. Even while things are changing, we're still called to provide our organizations plans, options, and alternatives to effectively deal with the unknown. It's like being told to jump, and only after you're on your way up will you be able to ask how high. Still, we have to act, and we have to act now. So what do we know, and what can we count on? As of March the 26th, JP Morgan forecast Q1 growth at a negative 10%. Q2 is forecast at a negative 25%. Now right now they're predicting the second half of the year to be around a 6% growth. Of course, the further out that we get, the less precise we can be, but it seems clear our recovery now, whenever it begins, will be much more like the '08 financial crisis than some recovery of a weather-based downturn. So now on to IT staffing. What can we expect in the business environment? No matter what the economic environment, the market treats different industries differently. Clearly, many industries will suffer in this current environment. However, we can expect some to experience very little change, and even some industries can expect some noteworthy growth. So let's try and break it down a little bit. And we'll start with maybe the most difficult to predict. That's the companies that can expect some growth. So let's look at the whiteboard here. So industries that might be able to expect some growth. Well, clearly we're in a healthcare focused downturn, so we can expect some growth in the healthcare industry. We could also expect some growth in medical equipment and supplies. A lot of people are working from home now that haven't been in the past, so you may expect some office furniture, particularly to support home offices. And to support that remote workforce, we can expect some software vendors, we'll just call it software, and networking equipment. Again, to support the remote networking. And surprisingly, for anyone who's been in uh, a sports supply organization, health fitness equipment is surprisingly up. Sporting goods store. So those we can expect things that are certainly going to be growing in the next few days, months. Companies that may expect little new growth or little decline. Again, I'm not an expert in this, but I would anticipate that those organizations that have done a lot of efforts minimizing their risk, as in insurance companies. I think particularly life insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, healthcare insurance, that may be a little bit different, but generally insurance is one industry that I don't expect a lot of growth with, or maybe even any decline. If you can think of others, feel free to drop me a note or share with me. I'd love to be able to share with others as well. Areas that are at risk. Well, certainly we know that retail, restaurants, travel, I think airlines, I think cruise ships, the auto industry. People are definitely not in a particularly strong buying mood right now. Any entertainment. And then sports. Anything where large crowds gather, we can expect all of those to take significant hits. Again, this is not a comprehensive list. I welcome any insight that any of you are able to share with me, and I'll be more than happy to share that in a future weekly update. Since our focus here is on IT staffing, let's consider what these industries' futures might mean to us in our organizations. The industries at risk of decline are going to shed people in two different ways: layoffs or downsizing, and departures based on fear of layoffs and downsizing. Practically speaking, if you're in one of the at-risk industries, you can expect risk of staffing declines. If you're a manager in one of these industries and you need to retain talent, you'll need to take some proactive steps, and the sooner the better. Get ahead of this curve. I have one client that's in a very at-risk industry that has totally gotten ahead of this issue. The client already has very low turnover and expects to lose no employees in the months ahead, in spite of an already significant downturn in their business. If you're in a growth industry, make some determinations where the increased business opportunities in your industry may place demands on your workload, and then plan to adjust accordingly. Feel free to contact me or your CSS account manager, and we can help you to prepare to address your increasing demand or changing technology requirements in the upcoming year. Summarizing then, we can expect very significant changes in the business environment, and depending on your industry, you can expect significant churn in IT staff. Please feel free to provide me with your insight, your experience, and whatever you share with me, I'll share with others as I can, unless of course you provide me confidential information. And of course, if you find this to be of some value, please subscribe to ensure that you get notice of our next update. Thanks, have a blessed day, and bless someone else along the way.